Hello, all. I'm back and I'm a little nasal and congested, but I'm just going to rough through it, okay? Breaking news, and this is something that will leave some of you flabbergasted, or maybe not. Now, many of you should already know of Marilyn Monroe many miscarriages. Well, it seems that when Marilyn Monroe was 20 years old, it seems that she gave birth from an illicit affair with a long dead New York attorney. This was shortly after her marriage for his husband, James Dowdry. Around the year 1946, the beginning of her modeling and acting career. You see, if you look there, was a gap between 1945 and 1946. You see, it only takes what, 9 months, 6 months at the most, because 3 months is when most pregnant women starts to show. It was also the time when she was starting off in her career, so having a baby would have put a damper on things. Anyway, this alleged child, whose name is Nancy Moniscaco, I may have mispronounced that, who currently is still or may still be bedridden, I don't know, at Key West Health Rehabilitation since shattered her hip in October. However, it seems that upon Merlin and her lover Vincent Bruno, who placed Nancy with close friends and wealthy New York family and pretended like Nancy no longer existed, aside for being abandoned, Nancy had a good life, and her adopted mother, Jeannie Maniscalco, told everyone that Nancy was her daughter. But privately, she told Nancy to call her Aunt Mom. To make things even more weird, Marilyn used to stop by their house often, but she never thought anything of it because her parents were plugged into the New York social scene anyway. It wasn't until after Marilyn movie Some Like It Hot, where she shortly after she alleged died of an overdose, and Bruno death in the years after that Nancy mother's Jeannie revealed the truth to her. She was hurt to have found out this way, of course. I mean, who wouldn't? But aside from that, she lived a good life. She became an English professor in New York, St. Louis, and Hawaii. She never wanted anything from Merlin, but she did want to write a book and go on tour with her story, but her health wouldn't allow her to. Now, I did some research, and Marilyn has started, I mean, she had just started doing a lot of modeling, but they were all around the same time frame, early 1945 and some 1946. But like I said, it only takes 6 months before a woman to start showing, especially someone as petite as Merlin. You can shoot as many ads, movies, commercials as possible and then disappear for about, what, 6 to 7 months. They did it all back then. Hell, not to mention she was in her 20s. I mean, come on now. Many of our body snaps back really quick around that time and age, and some still do. You know, let's move on to the next one. Now, I covered this a little in a series of videos. I will leave the link to the series of videos below. Anyway, it was basically explaining the sex scandal that surrounded Prince Andrew. Now, I know a lot of you don't even know who Prince Andrew is, so here's a quick recap. Queen Elizabeth II had 4 children with Philip. You know, the famous Prince Charles, that's his father. Prince Philip is his father. You know, Prince Charles and Princess Diana, yes. And then there's his sister, Prince Anne, and then his brother, Prince Andrew, and then his youngest brother, Prince Edward. Prince Andrew's daughter, Princess Eugenie, just got married. Now you should know who I'm talking about, okay? So let's get to the story. Okay, it has been told that Prince Andrew, right along with Harvey Weinstein or Stein, and maybe even horny Bill Clinton, all used to participate in this sex club with underage girls that was supplied by the pimp himself and head trafficker at the time, Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, Prince Andrew was one of many clients whom had sex with a former sex slave who claimed a convicted pedophile paid her to bed Randy, and the sex scandal has caused so much turmoil in the house and or court. And if you know what a court is, it's basically like the staff in the White House. You have the Speaker of the House, you have the attorney, all the staff, staff, the people, the main individuals of the family, and the court. Hence, staff. They call that the court, though. So, just to put that out there. Anyway, getting back to the story. Okay, Prince Charles, yes, this is Prince Charles, even asked his mother, Queen Elizabeth, to strip his brother Andrew of his title because of fear of his name being tarnished by his brother. Like it hasn't already. I mean, give me a break. You see, the story is that Jeffrey Epstein paid her to have sex with Horty Andrew back in the day in 2001 when she was only 17 years old. Oh, yes. It seems that Andrew was so smitten by her and was so out of it that he convinced himself that he was making love to these underage girls at the time. Yep. Sick Andrew is still to be doing this right now, but learn to hide it better. They all have. I mean, they control the media down there. So maybe this explains the next story that I'm about to tell you that may be a little bit over embellished, or maybe not. Uh oh, it seems that Meghan Markle has gone from blushing bride to draconian duchess in the 6 months since their lavish star studded wedding, and her bossy behavior and alleged terrible tantrums are tearing Britain's royal family apart, so they say. Harry so firmly underneath her thumb. Well, this is what they're saying. They said that he told them whatever Meghan wants, Meghan gets. Now, this was already put out there around the wedding time, so I don't know if they just piggyback in this story, but let me just continue on here. It seems that she also insists Harry spend more time with her celebrity friends than with his old military buddies. Although the evidence to this is not there, but dare I continue? It seems that she's out of bed at 5 a.m., blasting staffers with outrageous demands. She also orders gourmet breakfast for her dogs and snaps at servants if they don't move fast enough. This doesn't even sound like Meghan. She also causes security problems by suddenly going on undercover missions to meet everyday folks. She clearly wants to position herself as the new Princess Diana, but she's anything but a friend of regular people. Oh, and the firing, it seems that she only trusts her own advisors, a group of close friends and showbiz pals, and ignores the suggestions of experienced palace staffers. It's led to several long-time high-ranking aides moving on. Oh, I'm not done yet. Meghan demanded the breakup. She also demanded she and Harry not move into a lavish 21 room apartment at Kensington Palace as William and wife Kate's neighbors. Why? The truth is, Meghan wants to be as far from Kate as possible. She doesn't want to invite any comparisons between them, especially now that Meghan is giving birth for the first time in the spring. Now, keep in mind that paper is overseen by Prince Charles and who is being ordered by jealous Camilla, who's jealous of the positive feedback that Meghan has been receiving and she never have received. So this could be one step into tarnishing Meghan Markle's name and breaking them up, which is why Meghan is probably moving far away from them. I mean, I would too. Why would you want to be under Kate and William? I mean, that's their life. I mean, she has her own life. And in terms of her firing staffs, I mean, I would do the same thing. Why would I want to keep your staff person? I'm an American person trying to cohabitate in your way of life. I want my own staffer who I can trust, whom I know, not something you know. That's called being a great businesswoman. They can take however they want to take it, but I agree with what she's doing and moving away from Katie Williams so they can have their own life so Harry can get up from the shadow from his brother and whatever else they got going on over there is a brilliant idea. And I'm sure she's not the diva they claiming she is. I don't know who saying these things, but they're literally is trying to tarnish her name. And it has Camilla and whoever she fired all over this. But uh oh, again, it seems that Michael Strahan or Strahan, however you want to pronounce his last name, gig on GMA. Day ratings are low. Oh, yes, it seems that ABC honchos are fuming over Michael's poor performance with co host Sarah Haynes on Good Morning America afternoon spinoff, and they're holding hush hush meetings to plot the best exit strategy for him. It seems that the viewers think that Michael and Sarah are trying too hard to be Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest, and they're failing. It seems that Michael is dominating the show, and the viewers do not like it. Oh, yes. They're saying that viewers are getting tired of Michael's macho attitude, which caused some clashing in the past with Robin Roberts. with an apparent falling out on air. Oh, I'm not done yet. There's more. It seems that Robin shot Michael a sidelong glance that could have withered an elm tree. I mean, if you look at the episode, you can clearly see the tension between the two. It was also told that she stormed off set during a break to confront a producer. Then Michael bounced off a chair to follow Robin to try and explain himself. The argument lasted for about 4 minutes, with finger pointing and all. They still dislike each other to this day. They just learned to deal with one another. But it's not just that. It's the simple fact now that things are not going so good for the once rating booster king. I mean, this could mean revenge for Kelly Ripa, whom he left abruptly, allegedly, because her show ratings are beating theirs now. But my guess is that Michael would not get fired because he's the only one bringing the ratings to that boring show anyway. But they may fire Sarah for someone who can also bring the ratings and just as egotistical as he is. Just saying. Well, that's it. Tell me your thoughts below about all of these stories. I'm sorry if I had to take breaths in between. I'm sorry if I sound nasal. I am trying to rough through all of this. I mean, I cannot be away any longer. It's driving me absolutely nuts. I cannot do it. Sorry. So just bear with me, people. Oh, and don't forget to stop and shop at my online merchant store. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And also don't forget to follow my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I post on them every day. Hope to see you all there. Love you all. Bye.